streams in one day, I might be developing a problem. Uh, nah, but for real, I'm just gonna get a quick workout in, and so I thought we could chat. If you're around, if you're available, and you wanna chat, we could talk. I'm gonna basically do two exercises. I'm gonna do dumbbell rows, and then I'm gonna do an easy bar curl, and I'm gonna call it a day. No sense in making things more complicated than they need to be, honestly. I always regret putting off the workout until the end of the day, I really do. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Uh-oh, forgot to start tracking. Excuse me. I didn't mean to burp in your ear. That was not very nice of me. How you guys doing tonight? Good? Anybody else get a workout in already? I, uh, I stupidly kept putting mine off all day. I kinda got fixated on a problem and then was like, "Oh, 30 more minutes, 30 more minutes, 30 more minutes," and then before you knew it, the day was over and my kids were home from school, so the workout is happening now. What about you guys? I tell you what, if you're doing one-arm dumbbell rows, you can make them feel so much better with just that little extra stretch in the bottom range of motion. Makes such a difference. Ah, what equipment do you have? Hey, Dr. Rajender. Uh, I have little garage gym. Got some dumbbells and a squat rack, some barbell weights. Will press. Squeeze your back once you're at the top of your lift and drop slow. I like it, man. Good advice. Dr. Rajinder says you don't have to squeeze your back. I guess we have a we we have differing opinions. Sure you do to get better results. Yeah, I mean, I think you do want to contract, right, at the top. I was saying earlier, I just feel like if you give that little bit of extra stretch and really let your scapula slide on your rib cage, I feel such a big difference in how well they work. I've only been lifting my whole life, trust me. That's awesome. Well, how long have you been lifting? I started at 12. And I'm 31 now. I always like to meet people who have been, you know, in it for a long time. Opinions are you're doing great. Keep it up. Thanks, Joshua. I appreciate that. Research showed that the eccentric is the main driver of hypertrophy and not concentric. I honestly, I can't. Don't be stupid. Hi. Hey, what's up, man? Don't be stupid. What's up? You can do a lot with what you have. I started at 15. I'm 47 on the 12th of February. Awesome, man. Yeah, that's that. I hope to be 47 too and be chugging along. I see your free weights. Yep. I've got I used to own a gym. So when we closed the gym, we basically me and my partner basically split the equipment. Half went with him, half went with me. And yeah, it's been good. I Having a home gym is like I mean, I couldn't sell anybody on it more. Like it's so convenient. You can I pop down here whenever I want during the work week. I work from home too, so that even makes it even more convenient, you know? I mean, every once in a while, it's nice to go to a gym and kinda have a change of scenery, but for the most part, what about you guys? Where do you guys like to work out? Y'all work out at home? You go to the gym? Let me know. Let me know. Let them know, you know? Let them know. Great form, you're trying to hit laugh. Yes. I love lifting at home, but yeah, the gym has machines that hit so yeah. Like, that's the number one thing I miss, from the gym is, like, a cable machine. I really miss that. Oh, you work out at the university, very cool. Hey, Timothy. How are you doing, man? Nice to see you tonight. Hey, Will. Yeah, same to you, man. Nice to meet you. You guys doing good? Everybody get their lift in already? Let's see. There's somebody yelling democracy in here. Yes, democracy is great. Yes, cables are great. You can do a lot. Yeah, I would. Hey, Abigail, do you give advice? I'm happy to offer my thoughts if you have questions. Um, yeah, that's the one thing I miss is cables. Like a good lap pull down machine. It's hard to beat. But yeah, I've got everything I need. You know. Ugh. End of the day, though. End of the day, workouts usually are a little flat. Personally. Oh, I'm losing it. Abigail, I'm sure there's people too in the chat that if you have questions, they sound like there's some dudes in here that have opinions. Oh, that's it. That's all I'm getting. You don't have your gym anymore? No, I don't. I closed that in 2017. 2017, we wrapped up shop. Doing good. Trying to hit more BJJ and kickboxing, but love the vibe, by the way. Thanks, Timothy. BJJ is the shit. I let's see, in 2019, I started doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I did it all the way until the pandemic. Maybe it was 2018. Maybe I started 20. I made it to a blue belt, and I loved it. And then the pandemic came along, and we had two little boys, and so we thought, probably better not to be doing an activity like that in the middle of the pandemic. So I stopped, and what do you know it, life happened, and I haven't started back, but that's on my list to go back. I loved that so much. I played football in high school, and that was the first physical activity, physical first physical activity, like contact sport that I had taken up since uh, high school. And yeah, it restored a part of me that I didn't even know I was missing. Abigail says, I don't know what to do. I like this guy. I'm not Abigail. I'm not the guy to give advice on that. It sounds like a really tough situation, though. I'm sorry that you're going through that. Pet, Petro, turn around and do that. So, okay, Petro. All right, man. Dr. Rajinder Hugh going on a cut. No, nothing like that. Just trying to stay strong and mobile. The Norseman. Holy shit, Abigail. Are you good? Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. Dr. Rajinder, he does boxing. Very cool. That's awesome. Yeah, that's a great art all the way. I agree. 100%. Oh, you're purple. I hear purple's tough. So everyone has told me that if you can achieve a purple belt in BJJ, you're essentially a black belt. Like you're a purple belt who just needs to put in like a couple more years, uh, and you're on your way. First contact sport was Kushiti. Oh, interesting. I've never heard of that style of wrestling. The Norseman. Oh man, first okay. Very cool. Uh, that's what you're into. Mm. That's what you're into. So I did my rows, and now I'm gonna do my obligatory curls, and then I'm gonna get out of here. This is a short and sweet one tonight. I do enjoy a good easy bar curl. It's Thursday though. We're on the downhill swing of the week. Almost made it out alive. Almost made it out alive. Oh, that's awesome, Tim. So you're going to law school? Very cool. You really want to? You'll do it. I agree. Yeah. Oh yeah, me. Yes, I'm married. Yeah, I'm married. Got kiddos. If that's what you guys are talking about. Yep. Jujitsu and the law. That could be a lethal combination. That could be a that could be a super lethal combination. I can take you out in the street and in court. That barbell squeaky. You sipping tea intra workout? No, it's espresso. Yeah, that's kind of like my free intra caffeine, I guess you'd call it. Is you know how effective is BJJ grappling on the streets? I honestly don't know, uh, but I do think it would give you more confidence to kind of at least handle yourself. My dad makes fun of me for it all the time, but it's really cool. Helped me get my girlfriend. Nice. Say, a win is a win. A win is a win. Oh yeah, I can't. I can't imagine trying to do BJJ against five other guys at the same time. Probably, probably not super effective. I mean, what do they say? Like the best self-defense is just like run away. If you can get out of there, just get out of there, right? Don't even MMA would be your bet. Yeah, I mean, I would guess people who are trained in all sorts of different mixed martial arts would put up a good fight. I don't know. The street's just a weird place, right? Just a lot of unpredictabilities. There could be weapons involved. You just best bet is just to stay out of a fight. I mean, you hear all those horror stories of people that get into an altercation and one way or another the guy falls, hits his head wrong or something, and then you're in serious trouble. How many pounds are you lifting? Hey, Eric. Nice to see you, man. I'm lifting 65, 65 pounds. Uh, Tajaj Patel. What's up, man? I saw you actually earlier when I was streaming. earlier today. Good to see you again. My cousin says if you're not trained in combat sports or firearms, run for your life. Yeah, but if you are, you run for theirs. I like that. That's a really great way to think of it. Bringing your elbows up too much, you calf stretch the bicep at the shoulder too. Oh, it's morning for you, Tajah Patel? Nice. With the doctor in the chat, I've got, like, my own personal trainer. He's watching my form and holding me accountable. Yeah. 10:52 here. Yeah, that's, oh, you're ahead of me. It's 8:53 here. It's morning for me too, 8:23. Oh, man, you guys are just getting started, huh? Whew, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Time is kind of a weird thing, isn't it? I mean, you spend so much of your life in your time zone that you sometimes you forget that, like, there's people on the other side of the world that are a day ahead of you, whole day ahead of us. Yes, you're doing great, bro. How old are you? I'm 31. I'm 31. 31 and just trying to stay mobile and strong, keep up with the kids, not get hurt if I wanna move some furniture, that type of thing. No real specific goals. I mean, other than that. Oh, okay. I think I've got 1 or 2 more sets. I'll hang out and chat for a little bit, but I'll probably wrap up at about 30 minutes. Ugh. 31? You look 25, my guy. I guess I got a baby face, you know? A really jacked 25-year-old. Yeah, in a good way, don't get me wrong, you look amazing. Yeah, you look 18. I guess I just have a baby face, you know? I wouldn't even I don't really consider myself jacked. I mean, I carry muscle, but I also carry extra weight. Nah, dude, I'm 19, could never. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of interesting as I've gotten older, like, being, like, into sports and stuff growing up, you look at, like, all the professional athletes and you're like, "Oh, they're so awesome," and, like, they're all older than you. And then at some point, all of a sudden, you cross this line, and now you look at Pat Mahomes, and Pat Mahomes is younger than me. You look at everybody out there, and they're younger than you. It's kind of this really weird phenomenon. All you need now is a toothbrush and mustache. Yeah. Yeah, I kinda have, like, a 5 o'clock shadow or something going on. Ugh, that's it. The gas is empty. The tank is empty. It's time, man. It's a weird thing to think about. It's so true. Are you German by origin? I don't think so. My mom's family is from Honduras, and I think my dad's family is, like, French Canadian or something like that. I'm not 100% certain. I have my 23andMe results, actually, but it's on the phone that I'm recording on. I don't think I have it on my other phone, but I guess I could tell you what my what my heritage is, if I had that downloaded over here. Uh, it's been forever since I looked at it. I did it so long ago. Yeah, man. Yeah, I want to know how long you been a doctor for. What kind of doctor too? That's what I originally thought I wanted to be when I grew up as a doctor. I went to school for biochemistry and I thought I was going to go into medicine. And then I spent like 3 years working as a medical scribe and decided I didn't. Oh, you're not a medical doc. I'm a doc. Oh, very cool. Awesome. A PhD in exercise science. I love that. Where did you go to school where you're from, or did you come to the States to get your PhD? Tim's Scottish, German, and the rest is Indian. Oh, very cool. Like Tim is it or Timothy, is it Native American Indian or Indian? And also Indian, okay. I'd also be interested, um, in knowing Dr. Rajinder. Uh, since you're in the exercise phys world, do you know or exercise science world, do you know Mike Israetel? Hey, Boston Sports Cards, what's up? Good to see you again. Oh, your great grandparents are from India. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. Boston Sports Cards, how you been? It's been a day or so, right? I think the last time we talked was Tuesday, I think, is when I streamed my last workout. Oh yeah, I got signed into my 23andMe. I am let's see, my ancestry composition. I'm 41% British and Irish, 20% French German, 5% Scandinavian, 11% broadly Northwestern European. Super specific results here. Uh 4% Spanish and Portuguese, and then 10% Indigenous American, which I'm guessing the Indigenous American and the Southern European is my Honduran background. Yeah, it's so cool they can do that with DNA. That's crazy, Dr. Rajender. I wouldn't have thought Scandinavia would be in there. Oh, you teach bachelor students? Very cool. Yes, I do like Mike Israetel. Great guy. Yeah, he's awesome. He's like one of my favorite fitness. I mean, he's much more than a fitness professional, but one of my favorite guys to follow and listen to. I actually bought one of his programs or his company's programs, Renaissance Periodization, and had a really good time with it. Uh, like 2021. It was a lot of fun. Still rooting for the Chiefs? Yes, I think I will be rooting for the Chiefs. My kid asked me tonight. He said, I asked him, "Who are you rooting for?" And he said Eagles, which his grandparents will love that since they're diehard Chiefs fans. And I told him that I would be rooting for the Chiefs likely, but I honestly don't care. I just want it to be a really great game. I want it to be like a like a heavyweight title fight. Just boom, boom, point for point. Yeah, Dr. Mike has years of experience. Yeah, he seems like I mean, my favorite thing about him is obviously he is super well educated, but he's also uh, what would you call it? A very serious lifter and a very serious athlete. I think he does BJJ as well. So I love that he blends those two worlds, right? Academia and actually doing something, right? Actual competition. Yeah, I would love it to go to overtime. There's nothing better than more football, right? So overtime would be awesome. Boston Sports Card. Taught me to use stream because I was advised to step back from law studies as much. Apparently, 9 hours a day is not optimal. So I'll probably join when you're on. Oh, very cool. Yeah. So usually, so I think what I've settled on is um, usually around lunchtime, I stream on Twitch and I usually will do some software development stuff over there. And then I think here on YouTube, I'm going to try to stream for an hour in the morning, like mid morning, after my kids get out of the house, like 10 o'clock or so. I'll probably stream for like an hour, just like a coffee chat and work with me, and then I'll try to stream when I work out. And I typically work out. I don't usually work out this late at 8:30. Usually I work out at like 3 or 4 o'clock. Um, but sometimes it ends up being this late because I sometimes I get sucked into problems at work and I'm like 30 more minutes, 30 more minutes, 30 more minutes, and then 5 o'clock's here and the day's over, and so I'm kind of forced to wait till the kids go to bed. I'm rooting for. Yeah, I can tell from your profile picture. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Saquon Barkley is a beast, bro. Have you heard of that new juice? S- The Norseman is in here with all of these trolls. He is trolling us. Yeah, I think the Norseman is trying to get one over on us. There's been two guys. There was a guy last night. No, there was a guy on Tuesday night that was in the chat and was like, what was his name? His name was Hugh, and then I think you can fill in the blank. But it's funny people that get you to try to trip up on stuff. Caught me for a sec. I know it's just the Norseman. Dr. Rajinder, I am I guess my official title is quality engineer is my official title. So I do manual and automated testing for work, but I have kind of a weird hodgepodge of skills. So I kind of get like a lot of my tasks at work are kind of a smorgasbord. It's like testing, it's building, and then I usually do a lot of like I do a lot of software development in my free time, just my own personal projects. Do you follow other teams? Boston Sports Car, like other NFL teams? My number one NFL my number one NFL team is the Los Angeles Rams. I don't follow NBA too much. Like I'll usually watch the finals, but I don't really follow it game to game during the season. I follow baseball pretty closely. I follow the Kansas City Royals. I don't watch every game, but I usually check in on where are at every day during the season. The Norseman is out. See you, Norseman. Take your trolls elsewhere. Hugh Jackman was here. Dr. Rajinder. Yeah, not that. Not the last name started with a J, but it wasn't Jackman. Ugh, so sad I don't follow sports other than chess. I mean, chess is a cool sport, right? I don't follow chess, but I was aware there was like a huge drama that went down in the chess world like a year and a half ago or something with uh was it Magnus Carlsen? Just I was kind of like peripherally aware of all of that drama. If you had to choose which NBA team is your favorite, if I had to choose, it's the Dallas Mavs, but that's because that's who my brother follows pretty religiously. Is the Dallas Mavericks, I think. Um, and obviously they've been in the news, right? Me and my brother have been sending each other TikToks and text messages back and forth after that news broke. Yeah, cheating drama. Yeah, that's crazy that that goes on in that world. Mr. Noah Truck Driver. Hey, what's up, man? I saw you earlier this morning. Good to have you back. Oh, doctor, you minored in comp sci. That's awesome, dude. Very cool. That's a really cool blend of education. Doctor Shinder, Hugh Jasmine. I know. Uh, he accused another player of cheating by just walking out of the game. Wow. Yeah, that's talk about dramatic for a chess competition. Um, oh yeah, you're the Celtics. You're a Celtics fan, aren't you? So the Mavericks came out of nowhere. Uh, No, yeah, that's cool that you minored in comp sci. I took the closest I got to a formal education in anything computer science related was I took computer programming one and computer programming two as electives in college just to fill out my schedule. Um, and I loved it, but I was already a senior with a bachelor's in biochem. And so I was like, well, I really like this programming thing, but I probably need to finish this degree I already have 3 years in on. People are wild. Yeah, people are wild, man. That is the absolute truth. Humanity is nuts. Yeah, straight up nuts. You Jasmine. Yeah, Dr. Rajinder has got jokes. He's got jokes. Yeah. It's funny, every time I've gone live over the last week and a half here on YouTube, there's been one or two guys like the Norsemen who will just kinda they come into chat and, like, their whole goal is to, like, sow chaos and discord. That's just cool. And I love it that you can tell a story with emojis these days. Big fan of emojis. Timothy Williams, thoughts on Trump? Oh, man, that this morning. Um, someone asked me that this morning, and so I'll just preface it by saying I know politics are kind of a controversial thing, so I don't wanna nothing I say is meant to step on anyone's toes or anything, but, I guess my objective take on the current situation, the current Trump administration is I think the Trump administration has a plan. I think they have some objectives. I think part of that plan is to sow a little bit of chaos and flood the zone, as it were, as they're saying. And I think they know that if they can create some misdirection with a lot of crazy stuff, they can also at the same time accomplish some of their main objectives. So a little bit of like look over here, but don't look over here type of things kind of going on. I think that's part of what the administration's doing. Um, thoughts on Trump as a person, as like overall, yeah, not a big fan of the way he conducts himself, or the way he talks about people and others. Like I wouldn't want my sons growing up to be a man like him, I guess, if not to offend anybody, but just I don't think we share a lot of the same values. Uh, oh, you did so you're doing cryptography and security. You were deep in the comp sci. I personally I love building apps. I primarily just do web dev stuff. Build APIs, build front ends. I like to create the occasional console terminal tool, things like that. I love learning about like the DevOps side of things, like how to administer a Linux server, set up a web server. Um, I love all that stuff. Boston Sports Card. I met Jason Tatum at a game. Oh, nice, dude. I bet that was really awesome. Oh, you have season tickets? Wow, I'm jealous, man. I would give anything to have season tickets to a team of my choice. Dr. Rajinder, I remain apolitical majority of the time. Not my cup of tea. Yeah, yeah, I totally understand that. I don't think a lot of good comes from spending much of your personal energy and time probably on politics. It's probably just not a good place to spend your headspace, but I do kinda stay up and aware of kinda what's going on. I just feel like that's the responsible thing to do, you know? The rabbit hole of ComSci. Yeah, Tim, the rabbit hole of ComSci probably is pretty deep, but it probably isn't as deep as the legal rabbit hole that you're headed down. At least in ComSci, things are kinda grounded in, like, physics and science. You're over there in the humanities. All bets are off. Uh, I don't program or anything anymore, but I keep myself up to date on the field. That's cool, Dr. Rashinder, very, very cool. Have you been to a Casey Royals or I have not been to a Rams game. So I didn't get to one before they left Missouri, um, and I haven't been to one since. I would love to make it happen, though. It would be ideal would be like a Rams Chiefs game. Yeah, that would be ideal for, like, family and just being able to get there. I've been to several Royals game. I went to the first one with my dad. I must have been I don't know, I was little. Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire were there. It was like '99, you know, it was like the year of the home run race. It was awesome. I still have a I still have a hat somewhere with like Cubs on one side, Cardinals on the other, I think somewhere from that game. But I've been to a lot more. So my company, one of the founders of the company I work for, they have season tickets, and so occasionally they'll just like post in our Slack channel, like, "Hey, we've got 2 open tickets if anybody wants them." And the first person to claim them get to go. And I've gotten to do that 2 or 3 times, and their seats are awesome. Like they're right behind home plate in the Diamond Club. They kind of ruin all other seats for you when you when you get to go to a game like that. I have no choice. Law requires me keep up with word. Yeah, you're definitely that's like a job requirement, huh? Call me a tunnel rat because I'm deep, but it's really, really cool. That's good, Tim. I'm glad you found something you're super interested in. Have I finished my workout? Yeah, yeah. So I was just gonna do some rows and some curls and put in about 30 minutes, and then I was gonna wrap it. So I stuck around just to kind of chat a little bit. But yeah, it was a pull day, a simple pull day, a short one, not much going on. I hope you get to achieve surgery. Yes, thank you, Boston. I would love to make it to one. Uh, Also, going on what Dr. Rajinder just asked if I was wrapping up today, I am. So I am gonna bid you gentlemen adieu for the evening, and I'm gonna head inside and oh, hold on. Tim's got a serious question, so let me answer this, and then I'll wrap up, and we'll do this again tomorrow. Um, Serious question: Are you happy with your life? For sure. Uh, for sure, I'm happy with my life. If no, I got time, Tim. I'll stick around. No worries. Um, I love Dr. Rajender's point. You have to be happy with life. You get to live only once, and I think that's a really good point. And it goes in line with what I was going to say. Is like if you guys follow, if any of you guys know Gary Vaynerchuk, he's one of my. I mean, I know he's not everyone's cup of tea, but he's one of my favorite kind of like internet personality people. Uh, and I just really believe a lot of what he talks about when it comes to perspective. Like, I woke up today, I had a roof over my head. There was food in my fridge. I took a really hot shower. There's running water in my house whenever I need it. My kids are healthy. My wife's healthy. I'm healthy. Like that's just like uh, you know that's it. Everything after that is just like icing on the cake. Um, and then to probably go a layer deeper to what you were asking about, Tim, is like beyond that. I have a job that's super interesting that engages me and I enjoy. I get to work from home. I get to see my kids every day. So yeah, just couldn't be more happy with what's going on. Okay, see you, Dr. Rajinder. See you, man. Have a good night. All right, guys. I think that's gonna do it. Tim asked Tim asked the big question to wrap it up. Thanks for sticking. Thanks for coming and chatting and talking. I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys probably tomorrow at some point if you're around. I know some of the content I'm sharing on my channel may not be like up your alley, but if you see I'm live, stop in. Let's chat. All right, guys. I'll see you later. Have a good night.